like 10:30 a.m. Someone will set the vibe, and then we'll leave at like 6. Hello morning, and then we go get the iced Vietnamese coffee from us, like skipping through Spotify, and then we're wired, and then we're like jumping off. We'll be going from like Shy Girl to Leanne the Hobbit. Except the original vibe. I'm Nibha.
I'm Grace.
Welcome to the studio.
I think we initially connected a lot over not having gone to like art school formally, and but also grew up drawing and painting, and it always has been a process that we've both like enjoyed, and also coming from like science backgrounds and immigrant families, so
just like the process of like internalizing that art isn't self-indulgent. I think I draw a lot just from growing up in the Bay and being around a lot of like second and third culture kids, but also just from the idea of like being in between traditions and just drawing from like Western aesthetics, my own upbringing in my like Telugu family and just like broader South Asian communities. Thinking about masculinity, like a very specific brand of Telugu masculinity and like machismo that's really prominent in Telugu culture, but like especially prominent in movies, and just the way a hero kind of acts and like has a relationship with the heroine in the story. And I'm also really interested in just the kind of weird separation of art from everyday life. A lot of my interactions with art growing up weren't through like galleries or museums. They were through music or movies or movie posters as a source of inspiration, because these are all art forms that I feel like everyone has really strong tastes and their own perspectives on, even if they don't think they're artists or are super attuned to the arts. Like everyone has that in them.
I was born in Ohio, but when I was 6 months old, basically got shipped back to my grandparents' village in China. I think the idea of diaspora and growing up in between lands and cultures, and really thinking about, I think in a lot of my work, the hybridity and complexity and nonsense of a lot of it, how I think my work has also progressed from combining personal and collective history and integrating stories that I read from history into like personal and family history as well. So seeing my body as a reservoir of memory and trying to use physical somatic processes to portray it as truthfully as I could. And that's why I feel like I've just been in a really experimental process of trying different materials and processes, and most recently working on a series based on coolie trade and kind of shipwrecks and uprisings from Chinese migration, and then integrating my own kind of personal family histories of migration. I've been reading about like Chinese erotic art and forces of liberation in Chinese diaspora, so kind of it's all coming together in this work.
This is like important to us and like the way we see the world.
Even as simple as just the process of painting, or like how you approach figures and whose stories are important and what art is valued, and who gets to make art, right? So I think all of those questions we just talk about all the time.